What's up, friends? It's been a little while. Let's talk about Guns N' Roses at MetLife Stadium August 15th. So, this is my fifth time seeing the reunited Guns N' Roses. I do wish Izzy were there, but I'm still going to call it reunion era. Third time at MetLife, too. The other ones were at the Garden and in Charlotte, North Carolina, actually. So, I'm going to try to talk about this in context of having already seen them 4 previous times. That is, after so many times seeing them, you start to say to yourself, gee, what songs am I going to hear tonight that I haven't already heard 4 times? And sure enough, there were some deep cuts in there. No spoilers meant, but you can go ahead and take a look. There's one good one from Appetite for Destruction that is on this tour that I never heard before, and that means that now the only one I have not heard live from Appetite is Think About You. Also, another really underrated one from Use Your Illusion 2. Again, I'm not going to spoil, but take a look. Sound-wise, it was really good. I did think Slash's guitar tone sounded particularly clean. He's never been the dirtiest tone out there. He's not a metal player, but it was pretty clean, and sometimes it was a little bit like, come on, man, it's a hard rock show. Dirty it up a bit. Axl's voice, though. These are probably the best screams I've ever heard him do, and I've been seeing them since 2016. That's a very pivotal 7 years in his life. The last time I saw Guns N' Roses was 2021, also at MetLife. Axl was not on his game that night. He was singing Out of Time. I remember Paradise City was like half a measure off him from the band. I think he also sang one of the verses of Chinese Democracy twice. Happens to the best of us, I guess. But this was, again, probably the best I've ever seen him. There's still a little bit of weakness in the, not the scream register, but just the standard high voice. That said, everyone but Glenn Hughes and Bruce Dickinson loses that as they age. Some other things to point out. The tempos for a lot of the songs were way too slow. Maybe it's to help Axl breathe. Maybe that's why he sounded so much better. Except Patience was way fast. Funny how that one goes. Maybe they were going up against a curfew. Some other little nitpick thing I want to talk about. Slash played Sweet Child of Mine's intro cleaner than I have ever heard him play it since the album. He's notably kind of a sloppy player to the point where there's a rumor that it's not him on Appetite. I'd heard that Dan Huff was brought in to re-record it over Slash. The solo and the fills are definitely Slash, there's no mistaking that, but he's never that clean, except for this show. And last but not least, comment on songs. They had a cover of Walk All Over You by AC/DC in there. I'm a big AC/DC fan, but it took me a while to recognize what song it was. Introduce it. Pay some homage to your idols. Did I pronounce that correctly? Either way, really fun show. Glad I went. I had some trepidation on whether this one was going to be worth it, to be honest. After seeing them 4 previous times, it's like, is this worth the money? But I'm glad I went. Until the next tour, when I'll inevitably see them again. Rock on.